and welcome to the very last episode live of Father Mahoney's House of Horrors. I am your illustrious host, and I'm always joined by the master of disaster, the king of swing, the count of Montefiasco, Cyrus Alderwood.
I'm glad you didn't say Monte Fisto because I haven't been in those movies yet. But thank you, Rob. Good to be here.
I had to give you the Apollo Creed entrance. So how you been doing today, my friend?
Dude, just living the dream. I'm about to finish a new book, so I've been working my butt off on that. I drank 4 bottles of water today, so I should be up pissing all night. It's gonna be a good night.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking backstage about the water thing, and it was if you could you that was a hilarious story. Can you tell our listeners that one?
Oh yeah, when our producer came on, said he had to go get a drink of water, get a bottle of water. I'm like, bottle of water? Dude, you okay? Like, I didn't know if he was sick. Because usually when you see our producer, or usually anybody else with Dog Nut Media, they're all having a good frosty beverage. And I think that's probably the secret to all the shows is inebriation, or at least lightly. But it certainly helps me get through the day. I don't know about you, Rob.
Well, I was gonna bring a frosty beverage since this is the last live show, but we'll elaborate on the show details for the future a little bit later on in the show. So I was thinking about all the movies I got to see this year, and it never dawned on me to think about what's coming next year. And I did like a quick search on, I literally was like a last minute thing, and they're making a new Omen movie next year. It's called the First Omen. It's called. It's supposed to be a prequel to the original Omen, and I don't know how I feel about this because like The Exorcist. At least they've dabbled in The Exorcist over the years. Like it hasn't gone like 30 something years without a movie, but this one is like it's been like forever since there's been an Omen movie. I mean, notwithstanding the remakes, but like. I don't know how I feel about a prequel to The Omen because it's such a classic movie.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like it. I mean, why mess up a good thing?
Yeah, I mean
the original. Excuse me, the first 2 are great. The third one was like they were just trying to make some money off the name. The remake that they did a few years back, it was okay, but there was really no reason to remake it.
Yeah.
There's no reason to remake it now. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm on board, Rob.
Yeah, no, me neither. And it's like, when is Hollywood gonna? And this is why I wanted to bring this. When is Hollywood gonna stop about trying to like cash cow movies? It's like now here's another one. You're gonna be surprised about this one. They're remaking Witchboard for next year too.
If Tawny Kitane's not in it in that shower scene, there's no point.
Yes, I mean that was the only reason I watched Tawny because of Tawny Kitane in that movie. Because you remember her in the music video "Wild Thing" with Sam Kinison.
That was Jessica Hahn.
Oh yes, that's right. You're right. You're right. I'm thinking. Okay, Tawny Kitane. She's the one that was in the White Snake videos.
She was. She danced on the hood of Jaguar.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was trying. I was gonna bring up that one. When she's rolling around the cars. What man did not want to be in that video?
I never wanted to be a car seat so bad in my life. You know.
But I'm sitting there going, like, why are we remaking all? Notwithstanding Tawny Kitane, but why are we remaking all these old '80s, '70s, and I think they're even starting to kind of dabble like in the '90s movies now. It's like, why? Why have we lost ideas now of how to make an original film?
Yeah, mark my words. Somebody's going to come along and remake I Know What You Did Last Summer, and it's going to suck. It's like they did that. They did Scream a while back, remember? And I watched it, but it was nothing on par with what the originals were.
Yeah.
So at that point, it's like, just knock it off. Try to pay your writers a little better, treat them a little better, let them be original, let them be creative, instead of corralling them into a box and say, hey, we have to make pop culture movies.
Yeah.
Anything that was popular before will be popular again. No, it won't. Look at Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. Like I understand like fan films and independent films more than I do Hollywood remakes, because at least like this is for the fan films, it's fans expressing how much they love the movies, and I get it. But it's like Hollywood, you have these billion-dollar writers that are sitting on their ass not doing anything. Hey, let's steal something. What's next from the 80s? I mean, has there been a movie that they haven't exploited yet?
And as much as I like Will Ferrell, I knew the beginning of this whole remake everything BS was about to take off when they did Bewitched,
Yeah,
and I was like, why? Why?
yeah,
It was bad enough in the '90s. I mean, what I would say bad enough, but like, remember when they remade the Addams Family,
yeah,
and you had the soundtrack? That was kind of fun. It was okay. I get that,
yeah.
but like they tried to do. It's like, why are you trying to remake Beetlejuice? Why are you trying to remake all these other movies, Witchboard now, and all this? I don't know.
Well, the
Yeah,
Beetlejuice, I
creative.
believe it's a direct sequel, the Beetlejuice movie next year, because they did get Michael Keaton back, but I think this one starring Jenna Ortega is going to be in this one, and
Yeah, she's just the new hot horror chick,
yeah,
right? Because
yeah,
she was
she's
in
like she's
Scream.
everywhere now.
She was in that show Wednesday on Netflix, which is a really good series. Now, not to like, I'm not going to piss on her act. She's a great actress,
Yeah,
but I just didn't like Scream. That's all.
no,
Not that
I
it was
thought
any of her fault. I thought it was a writing and directing fault.
I kind of like that they tried a new idea. I just think it fell flat. Like this was like in the New York City, and I did see it at the theater. If it wasn't called Scream, I probably would have liked it more
Yeah,
because it was too different.
you
It wasn't.
didn't have to use Ghostface. If you
Yeah,
want to, I mean, you could use something else and just call it something else. Because it's not like
yeah,
the horror movies haven't kind of sort of leaned on each other for ideas before in the past.
yeah,
But like, this was Scream's version of Jason Takes Manhattan.
yeah. Because I think Saw did something like that. There was an offspring of Saw. It wasn't considered a Saw movie, but it was like attached to Saw with Chris Rock and um oh god, what's his name? Samuel L. Jackson. And I thought that was actually pretty good. It mentions Jigsaw, and there was like a couple of similarities, but it was almost kind of like they were trying to do like a copycat, and I was okay with that because they didn't call it Saw. Um,
I
yeah,
watched
but it,
a new horror film today for anybody that maybe looking for something to watch over the holidays. Dampier, Dampyr. It's on Netflix, and
yeah.
Dampier is like a person who is born from a regular person and a vampire, and they may be born with the ability to actually kill vampires.
Oh
But
wow,
just a present. It was actually kind of original. It was an original idea. I thought it was quite
yeah,
interesting. So if anybody gets a chance to watch that, it's pretty darn good, man. Um, yeah, Dampier.
yeah. One other mention was a movie I saw last year. It was Renfield with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, that was good.
It was such a good movie, and I liked the little like they kept it with the plot from the original. Like they showed like clips from the past, which was cool, and I liked the new setting. He's like in the middle of a major city, and it
Yeah.
was funny. It was gory. It had a great plot, good cast.
Oh yeah, I thought it was great.
If anybody hasn't seen Renfield, guys, definitely go check that out.
Nicholas Cage outdoes himself in this one as far as acting weird. This
Oh
is a
yeah,
really good movie.
this was
Um,
good. This was good for him. He played that part great.
Imagine Dracula meets the Sopranos. This is what you get.
Yeah.
It was really good, man. I liked it. Um, so yeah, it's good to see we've had some new horror that come out that's actually really good. That's not a that's somewhat original. I mean, even Renfield was a lot of originality in that film, even though it was a borrowed concept. But like that was really good. That was one of the gems
Yeah.
of the year. That one right now is streaming on Amazon Prime. If anybody has that wants to watch it.
Yeah, there's another one that I saw that was pretty original called Talk to Me. If anybody hasn't seen Talk to Me, a terrific movie. It's a twist on possession. It's not your typical possession movie, so it's pretty original. It's a little cheesy, and the acting, is kind of a little amateurish, but it's really fun. And if you're a fan of gore, like Terrifier gore, this will give you plenty of gore. So, so now that we covered some of that, so have you been watching the news with our Sunny girl, Miss Tammy Lynn Sitch?
I have followed some of the news in the past with her. She's in trouble. She's locked up in the pokey for a while.
Yeah. For those guys that don't know, I think I sent you the article, Mr. Producer, about she was drinking and driving and ran into a parked car, killed a 75-year-old man, and her blood alcohol level was 4 times the legal limit. That's more than the backward horror guys drink together.
Yeah, that's the point.
She was partying, huh? She partied hard that night.
Yeah, dude, all of us together couldn't get 4 times the legal limit.
let me share my screen with you.
I hear Sunny she has spent a lot of time drinking under the table.
Oh shit! Hold on. Let me go back. Sorry, I got to make sure I pull up the right thing. There she is. Dear God.
Yeah.
The former WWF star Tammy Lynn Sitch. I hate when they do WWE. I'm sorry, I'm old school. Stupid WWF.
Yeah, no. How the hell did they lose a court case to the World Wildlife Federation?
I think they were just being, sensitive. Like, Vince McMahon's like, all right, you go ahead. We're just going to call it Worldwide Entertainment, World Wrestling Entertainment, whatever. Because he bought ECW. Yeah,
that was a pretty good Vince McMahon, by the way.
That was pretty good.
Oh, thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Now, Sunny, I'm sure anybody who watches this show would know that she was one smoking hot babe back in the
I got a picture. I got a picture.
Oh, let's see a picture. And then look at her in her orange jumpsuit.
Yeah. I mean, look at the orange jumpsuit. I mean, even then, though, you know what I mean? Like, look at that. I mean,
yeah. This is what happens when you're addicted. When you're addicted to all the fame, and then you don't have it, and then you go a whoring. And then
first off, she deserves all this because she fucked over Chris Candido the way she did, fucking Shawn Michaels. So fuck that bitch. Sorry. Yeah. This is
I agree with you. Like, I was actually bringing up Chris Candido because I was a big fan of Chris Candido, especially when he was in ECW. And
I mean, look,
she was a proud American back then.
God, look at that. I mean, holy moly. I know 14-year-old me was
on the left to on the right. You're like standing at the corner, like you're just like hoping somebody give you a pack of smokes to get laid. Like, you know what I mean? I hate to pile on this girl because hopefully behind bars she has her come to Jesus moment and like has finds a purpose. Because I don't like piling on people, but she has asked for every bit of this.
Oh yeah,
and then she comes back begging for more.
Yeah.
She'll get parole.
They even gave her a second. They gave her a second chance years ago. They put her in the friggin' Hall of Fame. They bring her out on a couple of segments. I was telling Cyrus about the segment where McMahon had it was DX bringing out all of McMahon's ex-lovers, and Sunny comes out, and of course Hornswoggle's in the ring, and Hornswoggle puts his face in between her breasts, and I'm like, well, that sums up her porno career.
She likes the midget. What can you say? And then according to her on one of these videos on YouTube, she was, I guess, being interviewed that she was contacted by Dolph Ziggler, and he was wrestling somewhere, and he wanted to come see her because he wanted to sleep with her, and she was going to sleep with him. And she's like, but he had a concussion, and she's like, oh no, you can't, you're not supposed to drive, do anything like that. He got a concussion that night. He's like, screw it. He drives up there and like has a marathon with her all night. And I'm like, dude, when you pull out of that, your wing's going to look like a cheese pizza with everything on it. Why do you go there? You know what she's into. This girl, I mean, after she dumped, she was like, here's her story, her life story summed up in like a couple of sentences. Sweet, sexy girl next door meets Chris Candido, who's a little bit naive and way jealous. Gets a little touch of fame with him, screws him over, starts banging all the guys he works with. And then they all leave him behind, even though he's probably one of the best wrestlers they've got. He gets like dished to the side, trying to find a career. And then, oops, one day he has an injury, and then, oops, he's dead.
Yeah.
With a broken heart. And she's still running around getting filled out like an application by every guy in the WWE. You know, I mean, seriously. Who wants to, like, who would go there? Like I was saying in our little funny group chat earlier, like, I don't know, man. That's got to smell like burnt toast and desperation. Like, who?
I mean, look. I mean, geez. Oh, my God.
And when she gets more old, you know it's granny porn. She's going to set up a granny porn page.
Hold on. I'm gonna reminisce about. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
That's all right.
I was being 14 with the poster above my bed.
Oh no, dude! I had posters of her everywhere, and you know everybody always talks about the hottest divas ever in wrestling, and I always hear people say Tori Wilson, Sable. No.
You know, in their own right, okay, I get what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Sable, yeah, and all that, but they were more plastic than real woman. That was a real woman back in the day.
Yes, Sunny was. I call her the original diva. She is the standard of what a diva was, and it's so sad for me as a fan to see her downfall from this big thing that we used to watch every day, which we all masturbated to probably at one time or another. but
much information there, Rob.
Is masturbation the new word for hungry eyes?
But when Rob asked me to come onto the show, I didn't think that's what he was talking about.
But then you go to the fact that she ended up in prostitution at one time. She ended up in pornography movies, and now she killed a man. Like, what a freaking downfall from what I remember.
Dude, did she? Maybe I should look it up, but I thought she had like a. It wasn't OnlyFans wasn't a thing yet. Didn't she have like a chatterbait or something? Like,
yeah, she did.
Right, that's what it was. Okay.
And I'll self-admit I have watched one of her pornographic movies.
I am glad to admit I never.
When I clicked on it, I'm thinking Sunny from the '90s, and then I click on it, I'm like, who the fuck is this fat bitch?
You fat like that's what happens when drugs and wine take hold, man.
Oh, dude,
you end up doing porn with the worst people. She's probably got more STDs. Like you don't have enough letters in the alphabet to cover all those.
Ooh.
And you probably smack her on the ass, and gravy goes flying everywhere. It's like I don't know.
She did a movie about. But no, I'm thinking of China. China did a movie that was based on wrestling, but it was a pornographic wrestling thing.
Oh, dude, did you see that? Okay. It was China's Royal Rumble, and all the porn guys were dressed like there was the Iron Sheik, there was Hulk Hogan.
Yes. I'm glad I'm not the only one that's seen this.
You guys aren't kidding. You guys totally aren't kidding, are you?
No. This is a true thing, dude.
Oh,
this is a true thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Poor China.
China.
Yeah, China was another one that was fucked over by Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, that's a sad story. Yeah.
Okay.
That really is.
We gotta find. I doubt there's like a PG version of the advertisement, but we can try to find something.
On a future episode.
Rob's new intro.
Oh,
yeah, that's gonna be the Mahoney Madhouse intro of China's Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Grab on her.
And then she was She-Hulk for it's when Vivid Entertainment had what was that? The director's name is, I forget his name. I think it's Axel something. But anyway, he was like king of the porn parodies for superhero shit. Whenever the Avengers came out, this guy was working for Vivid, and he made like Avengers porn parody, Spider-Man. I mean, he just like, it was just a whole bunch of shit. Yeah, like it was a big deal. And then China, she did the She-Hulk. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that one.
Well, I did. I'm a pervert, dude. What do you want? I mean,
does the mission know about
I'm
this?
like shocked. I don't know what to say. Man.
Yeah.
First time I've been shocked in a while. I was like,
I know. Well, this was when Vivid was still a thing. I think they're not even around anymore.
How about this? A future show of Mahoney's Madhouse. All these parodies of pornographic movies coming to a theater near you.
Coming. All right.
Because I don't know if anybody knows, but there was actually a Brady Bunch parody done too.
Dude, they have done so much. They did the Happy Days. They did.
they've ruined Happy Days too. They had to go after Happy Days.
Yeah, because the Fonz hits Miss Cunningham in the vagina because it's not working. No, I'm joking. Hey.
Well, you knew that Fonzie really wanted to bang Mrs. Cunningham for real. Because
he's like, I'm gonna come a mundo all over your tits.
Come a mundo. Bang. Oh jeez. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. This has gone south, man.
This has gone off the rails.
You're like, okay.
I thought there was a movie. I thought there was a movie we were supposed to talk about at one point.
Well, I thought you were going to talk about Tammy Lynn at the end of the program, but whatever.
You just went right to the booth.
You're the guy. Huh?
Hey, Tammy Lynn deserves all the attention we can give her because now she's gonna have a lot of attention. It's gonna be like that movie Reform Schoolgirls. There's gonna be like all these dykes and lesbians trying to get at her.
I can't wait for all the Hollywood women who have been to prison. One woman that went to prison for like, getting her daughter cheated into college?
Rebecca Ramos. Rebecca Stamos.
Rebecca No, it was Jesse's fake wife. What's her name? Lori Loughlin.
Yeah, Lori Loughlin.
Oh, I want to see those two fight in prison. They ought to start their own prison wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Lori Loughlin Stamos. That was what. Yeah, okay.
She wasn't married to him.
She wasn't.
No, that's his fake wife.
On the show.
Sorry, Cyrus.
I'll just say I got a real a controversial opinion about wrestling. I'm gonna drop this on you guys tonight.
Okay.
So I started watching it some WWE last Friday, right? And I'm seeing these people all around the ring. Everybody walks in, has got their own championship belt. If you're that D-bag walking with the belt, your ass ought to get in the ring and have to wrestle for it. Don't be that guy. That's like wearing a concert shirt of the concert you're actually at. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
You wear the last tour shirt.
So you don't like people wearing fake wrestling belts?
No, your ass ought to get in the ring and defend it.
Oh,
like
I got you.
You and then the fat bastard on the other side of the ring that brought his belt.
Yeah.
Those two ought to go in there and square off sumo. Do it. Like,
yeah, why not? Have a 5-year-old kid in the ring with I can see him Punk. It's like, my dad got it for me at Walmart. I don't care. You got to defend it now.
You see him Punk's like, I want that belt, bitch.
I want to see the kid flipping him off too. Like, yeah, come get it.
Yeah, come on, let's do this.
I mean, yeah, kid wrestling's got to be a lot better than midget wrestling.
Man,
I'm just going to use that one segue into. He did mention the name AJ Lee. There's another one I would love to pump.
AJ Lee, who is that?
Yeah. AJ Lee was she was in wrestling in the early to mid 2000s, and then I think she left in like 2012.
Okay.
But look her. While we're talking, you can look her up, and you'll be like, "Oh wow, damn." She's another hottie.
Yeah, she's not bad.
Wrestling chicks. There's a lot of gorgeous wrestling chicks, but then a bunch of them all of a sudden they had to I don't know if they were competing. They're like the nicest nipples or something. They all ran to Playboy for a while and had
Yeah.
And then China went and showed her wang, I guess. And
Yeah. Paige had a pornographic movie too.
No, that was a leak though.
Yeah, that was a leak, but she only fought it for a little. Now she's kind of accepted it. She's used it in some of her promos, talking about like.
Yeah, wasn't she getting double teamed or something?
What was it?
Wasn't she getting double teamed by a couple of like B-listers or something? I don't know.
Yeah, no. One was Xavier Woods, the wrestler, Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy that eats the pancakes.
Yeah, for the New Day. Oh. New Day.
Hey, Cody Robinson, not the Simpsons XX. This ain't the whatever. This is not the Simpsons. Yeah,
the Simpsons porno coming to a theater near you.
Marge and in charge.
Marge is in charge, baby.
Oh my.
Oh,
yeah, not bad.
Well, on that wonderful note, let's switch.
All right, well, we'll switch gears here.
We'll switch gears here, guys.
No one wants to think of Homer getting his ass whipped.
S&M Simpsons coming to it there near you. Anyways, so tonight's main topic is the very controversial Silent Night, Deadly Night. Do we actually have a trailer, Mr. Producer, for that?
Yes, coming up real.
Okay, so Silent Night, Deadly Night. I looked up the details. It had a budget of $750,000, and it made $2.5 million. And I think it didn't do as well because of the controversy surrounding it. And I remember as a kid hearing articles about parents boycotting, like standing in front of the theaters trying to get the movie removed from theaters. And I believe that they were successful getting rid of a lot of the showings for this movie.
Oh, that's bad. Parents were naughty.
Yeah, parents were naughty, definitely, because a lot of people crack on this movie, but they just it because of the actual content. But I actually find this movie very entertaining. I mean, obviously, you're not going to get 5-star acting or anything like that, but it has a good story. It's something that probably could happen. If you ever were a kid and you believed in Santa Claus and you witnessed this horrific crime, I think it could definitely do some psychological damage to a kid over time.
I did damage to me watching it.
Yeah. I mean, when I would watch this movie for the first time, I was probably still like maybe 15 years old. And I at that time, I still believed in Santa Claus, but I was one of those curious eyes kids that were at the video rental place, and I judged what I was going to rent on basically the cover and the back. If it looked like it was interesting, and of course, I see Santa Claus and I see an axe, but I was like, I'm sitting there going like, but that's not Santa Claus. But I also was taught as a child, I was taught that movies are fictional. And I think today's society doesn't teach their kids that, because everything triggers everybody today. It's like, oh, you can't say that. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, Santa Claus isn't like that. It's like, it's a fucking movie. Like, it's not supposed to be taken.
You can't say that. They ought to watch this show. Oh, yeah, you can.
Yeah. It's like everything around us is triggering us today. But like as in the 80s, we didn't even know what the word fucking triggered meant. It was entertainment to us. And so, yes, I rented this as a young child, and I took it with a grain of salt because I knew it was fake. But in a way, it still got me thinking. What if this really did happen to a child? You worship Santa. You're taught that he's the one that brings you gifts when you're good, and for the most part, I was a good child. I was a very quiet, closed child too. Like, I didn't have a lot of friends, and so movies, music, sports, they were like my siblings. If that makes any sense, because like they were the people that I escaped to. when I was feeling down or feeling lonely. So when I watched this movie for the first time, and I saw like what all the controversy was surrounding, yeah, it was shocking. But overall, I still watch this movie today because it is a Christmas classic. Yes, I know what everybody's definition of a Christmas movie is. It's supposed to be a happy ending, and everybody lives happy and forever, and blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
Like,
But to me, a Christmas movie like Die Hard's a Christmas movie. I don't care what anyone
Lethal
fucking says.
Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. Okay, I think we have Mr. Producer.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I
wanna
saw
show
the
people
screen.
this?
I had the trailer up, but whenever you're ready, just tell me.
No,
I had it.
no,
it was
no,
on screen.
No, we did the details. I was saying I don't know if you agree, Poe, but I think this movie would have made a lot more money if there wasn't so much controversy surrounding the topic.
No, most definitely. Like I think we mentioned this before. It's like it was all marketing on this one, so
Yeah.
it was like the parents actually helped it out, and I just think it's funny. You know,
Yeah, it's become a cult classic it's become a cult classic because of the parents now.
Yeah. So
And I think that happens with
so
I think that happens with a lot of things. When parents, you remember the PMRC used to be so prominent. You know, whenever a music thing got labeled, this has extreme violence and blah blah blah. People wanted to buy it now.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't buy a rock album unless it cussed after that point. It's like, yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, like,
Now
I
know
was
what
the
good
first
stuff
one.
is.
I was the first one to go out and buy an NWA record because of that.
NWA.
Yeah. So if you have the trailer ready, we can start with that.
I got it, whenever you're ready, man. So
Go ahead.
Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
Don't watch out. Don't watch out. Don't watch out.
You've made it through Halloween. Now try and survive Christmas. Silent night. Deadly night.
Yeah, well, that one scene certainly gave new meaning to nice rack. You know?
Yeah. That was I think that was Linnea Quigley was the actress for that one.
Night of the Demons.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, when I first saw this movie, the opening scene still creeps me the fuck to death when they go visit the grandfather, and he's supposed to be catatonic, and of course everybody leaves the room except for Billy. Was it Billy? No, it was Billy, and all of a sudden he's not catatonic anymore. He's telling like about the Santa Claus if you're naughty. And he's fucking creepy as shit. He reminds me of the guy from Poltergeist 2, like Reverend Kane. He's just
yeah.
you know what happens to naughty kids. Like,
and just watching Santa like straightening those cuffs up around his wrist, you know he's about to whoop somebody's ass.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like somebody in the mafia like straightening their cuffs, and they're like, "All right, let's go." I don't know. Santa was bad, but like. Yeah, I just saw this movie this week actually, for the first time.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's Santa. He's a straight up asshole.
Yeah, he is.
Every Santa was.
Oh, and I just saw one at the supermarket. It was like one of the fake Santas collecting for like one of the charities, and I was like, oh man, I was like, I get paid tomorrow. And it was true. Like it was a Thursday, I get paid on Friday. So I was like, I don't have any money right now. And as I'm walking away, I hear, of course you don't. Like you fucking prick. Like you're supposed to be representing something good.
Oh, I
Like,
know,
you
man. But you know what? If I worked at a place where I had to walk in and see a Santa, after seeing this movie, I'd be like, I'm watching you.
I turned around. I turned around and said naughty to him.
Did you?
Naughty. But so Billy leaves this place, and they're driving home, and of course there's a broken down car, and who is it? It's Santa. And now remember, Billy just found out like what the new version of Santa Claus is if you're naughty, and so now he doesn't want to stop because he thinks that Santa's gonna kill everybody. And little does he know, but he's actually right. Santa kills the father, tries to rape the mother. And all you see him going like, "Where are you, you little bastard?" And what I don't understand is like why he didn't go after the little baby. Oh, it was Ricky. No, Ricky. Billy's in part 2. So yeah, Ricky was hiding in the woods, and little Billy, who was a baby, that is sitting in the back of the car, and I'm sitting there going like, okay, if you're such a sadistic person, you didn't kill the baby, like, but. I mean, I'm not trying to say he should have, but like he already displayed that he was going to rape a woman. I mean, what killing a kid should be secondary now. I mean, I'm not saying it would be right. I'm just saying that like it kind of threw me off a little bit why he was very merciful towards the child.
Maybe the screaming and the crying got to him, and he was like, I'm just gonna get out of here.
Yeah. But yeah, I can see. Go ahead. Go. What you thought?
Yeah, then Billy ends up in if that wasn't bad enough, he ends up in like this, I don't know, like an orphanage with a bunch of Catholics that are angry.
Yeah, I mean,
like they always have the head penguin that's pissed at the world, and probably never got laid in her life, and she's just taking it out on every one of these kids.
Yeah, and the thing is, they thought they were helping him in the orphanage, but she was almost feeding the fuel to the fire, saying about how people should be punished when they're naughty. And it's like, kid, he just heard this from his like grandfather about what happens to naughty people, and you're making it worse by like punishing people in front of him, punishing him. And the part when he's punished wasn't even his goddamn fault. The other nun told him to leave his room.
Yeah, so
it's like
he gets his ass busted for no reason. Now he's mad. And then the head penguin makes him go stand in the room with the Santa Claus. He's kind of a prick to begin with. Yeah. And then he goes off on Santa. He talks to Santa. I mean, I was surprised he didn't start pounding his nards, but that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah, and also the part when he sees the other nun having sex with one of the I don't know if it's her boyfriend and of course Mother Superior catches them, and she punishes them because they're being naughty, and he's probably thinking back to how his mother was almost raped, and she was killed for that, like being punished. So there was a lot of trauma that this kid was put through. Not only from what he witnessed, but from that damn school he was in.
Yeah, I would never want to be raised in a school like that. It was bad enough. Like when I lived in Cincinnati for a few years, a buddy of mine lived right next door to this house of penguins. Right, well, the nuns lived there. The penguins.
Yeah.
The Catholic church, was across the street, and I had a bad experience with the Catholics. Not that the Catholics are bad people. But when you're listening to like Andrew Dice Clay out back, you think it's kind of funny, and they don't. And they ask you to turn it off, and you got to turn it off because you don't want to piss the nuns off, because you don't want God mad at you. And then you go around the corner to the bar to play darts, and then the father comes over, the priest, and just wants to play and have a drink, and that's fine, Father, come over. And then he blesses his darts. This really happened to me. This guy blesses his darts. And I said, well, Father, can you bless mine too? And he said, no. Well, and I'm like, well, you're cheating.
Yeah.
And we had this argument in the bar about why the priest was cheating in darts against me, trying to, use his superpowers to like cock block me on the board, and I'm like, dude, this is not right.
Yeah.
And I was going to buy him around, but not after that. You know.
Did you beat his ass?
No, not literally. I won 3 out of 5 rounds, but like I really wanted to go fisticuffs with this guy because he was a real prick.
Yeah.
Like, why can't my darts get blessed? Like, I was insulted at that point. He asked me if I was Catholic. I said, no, I grew up Baptist. And he goes, well, that's your first problem. And I'm like, oh, we're going to go there, are we there, Father Superior?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Father Superior.
All right.
I don't know. Like these.
We know who snuck the Nazis out now, don't we there, tough guy? Let's just go play darts.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Like I grew up in Catholicism. That's probably why I'm pretty fucked up right now. But yeah, I stopped. I'm not a religious person by nature anymore. Like, I guess I could say I believe, but like I'm not one of those people that like plan my calendar around Sunday like mass or like it. I've been there, and to me, it's and I don't want to get all religious and piss off everybody, but like I think today a lot of religion is like how you dress. It's like if you dress really nicely, you're more religious, and if you just come in your regular clothes, I guess you don't believe in God. Because I showed up in church one day, and I was having a bad week, and I figured I'd go to the Lord for help. I walk in, and everyone's looking at me because I'm in just my jeans and my regular shirt. Like, it was a nice shirt. It wasn't like a wasp or anything. but you know, I go in with a nice shirt, and I just want to, like, you know, hear from God. You know, like maybe everything's gonna be okay, Rob. And everybody's like looking at me. I see them all like whispering, and I'm like, because I'm wearing regular clothes and not like my best dress or a suit and tie. It's like, when did God care about what we fucking like dress like? Like,
yeah, I guess like sticking to that theme. By the way, a buddy of mine's a pastor over in Bristol. You wear that black lawless t-shirt all you want to. Did you know that guy got saved and sings gospel now?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So anyway, a buddy of mine, he says he's the unofficial pastor of the KISS Army. So he goes and he'll have a rock t-shirt on for his sermons. That's great. But sticking to that theme though, you kind of hit on something, because this movie is all about, and I hate to pick on it, Catholic guilt.
Yeah.
Like this whole movie, the whole underlying theme. Like, leave it to me to be a nerd to look at theme in a movie like this. But the whole underlying theme is Catholic guilt and how people can twist their lives up over emotion and lack of understanding when it comes to anything regarding faith. And this Billy kid is a prime freaking example, because he has taken heads off. He's taken a topless girl and thrown her on the deer rack. And I'm like, ooh, he ruined those. I mean, she was cute, but she didn't have that coming, right? Most of the people didn't that he killed. A couple of them had it coming. But the bullies out in the wilderness, they had it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you can see the twisted nature of this kid who thought he was okay, and then like the one little thing that triggered and brought back all that. And that is why a lot of people end up in therapy or need to understand how to do meditation, man.
Yeah,
and clear their own mind and soul. So
yeah, they fast forward to, you touched on it a little bit, but they fast forward to like Billy. Ricky, I keep saying Billy because that's part 2. I did my research using part 2 because part 1's not free. So Ricky gets a job at the toy store, right? And you had to. I don't know whose idea this was to get him a job at a toy store, but you had to realize eventually Christmas is going to come around. And being a toy store, it's going to be Christmas themed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
you're right. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it was the nice run that got him the job.
I get she was trying to be nice, getting him a job, getting him a responsibility, and he was a model employee.
Like
until Christmas rolled around.
Something.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then what does the store owner do? He dresses him up like Santa Claus. Like,
I know. It's like, like flashbacks right here. What are you doing?
Yeah. What did you think was gonna happen when you put a Santa outfit on a kid that his parents were killed by Santa?
Oh my God.
What did you think that was gonna happen?
Nothing good. Nothing good at
Yeah.
all. And by the
No.
way, if you want to watch it streaming free, actually I'd never seen this movie before until last week. I found it on YouTube free. The
Yeah.
entire movie.
Oh, is it like in clips?
No, the entire movie all together. It was
Oh, really?
not in clips. Yeah.
I found one in clips, but I didn't want to do it. But anyone who doesn't know, part 2 is like 3/4 of the first movie, and then there's only like 30 minutes of like new footage.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I'm gonna
So,
pull up what I watched.
yeah,
and I'll
basically-
here for everybody.
Basically, the little boy that's in the passenger seat is in part 2, and he's already like messed up because what happened to his brother at the end of part 1, and he retells the story of Ricky. So it's like like I said, 3/4 of the movie is all about part 1. So yeah.
All of it.
I just I put it in the comments, but I know it's a private chat. So hey, my bad. Let me go put it in the chat on YouTube.
Yeah. Was there any comments besides Mr. Robinson?
No. Well, no, not right now. Cody did say Ricky was the baby, so I guess you did have it right.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you did have it right.
I did have it up. That's what I get for watching part 2 instead of part 1.
Yeah. Well, I mean, basically, it's like you said, it's the same fucking thing. So.
Yeah. But yeah, to wrap up on this movie, of course, he goes on this killing spree, and like we all said, what did you think was going to happen when you put an outfit on him like that? He goes back, tries to kill Mother Superior, which I wish she totally got it in this movie, but they end up seeing Ricky shot, Billy shot, and of course, his brother was right there. And that's what brought on part 2 is, now he's traumatized because his brother was killed. Basically, if you think about it, he was killed not because of himself. He was killed because of the people who put him in this predicament. Like, I think he would have been a model student because remember in the beginning when he worked at the toy store, he was actually very happy. He was smiling. He was helping people get stuff from the racks, and he was a model employee.
Yeah.
But I blame not only the nun, even though I think she was trying to do good. She was trying to get him more independent, like get him a nice job. She could have got at another like a law firm as like a mail boy. Like you're not, of course, in a mailroom you're still gonna run across Christmas stuff, but you're not gonna be asked to dress as Santa Claus.
No, it's a good thing that he worked at a toy store because if this guy worked at Home Depot. Imagine having a box of nails and a chainsaw. No, that would
you had to bring up Home Depot.
I did. Santa Claus out front, like next week you come walking out dressed like Santa. Naughty. A box of nails and a hammer. This poor bastard out there trying to do something with the Salvation Army.
It's bad enough I have to watch a guy with a chainsaw cutting up trees looking like Leatherface.
That's terrible.
Yeah, we have a guy that has that, that like little smock that Leatherface wears in part 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks just like that, and he's wielding a chainsaw. So like, I'm like literally about 10 feet from this guy, and he's about the size of Leatherface too.
Well, you can't say the Leatherface didn't take pride in his work. I mean, he got churched up for the job,
Yeah.
Shirt, tie.
Yeah. Go to Home Depot, see Leatherface cut up your tree for free.
Yeah, puts his best face on.
Oh, but yeah, so that movie, I can understand its controversy, but if this movie was made today, it wouldn't even got released at all because of we talked about earlier with today's woke society, and I'm kind of glad that we did end up getting a release, and there's a bunch of sequels that a lot of people don't realize. There's the part 2, there's part 3 with Bill Moseley. Part 3 has Bill Moseley in it. Part 5 is actually the only one that's a departure from the series. It's about like a evil toy maker, and I actually enjoyed 5. I didn't see 4. I think it's called Initiation. But 3 I seen long time ago. I remember it was Bill Moseley was in it. That's all I really remember. But and of course 2, I told you it was already just 3/4 of the old movie, and then like some additional footage. So I think they did that on purpose. I think because where it didn't get a big distribution, and a lot of people, there's so much controversy surrounding. I think they just poked it back in their face and said, haha, we're going to do it again and show you everything that you tried to ban the first time. Like,
I think some of those movies, and this is just my opinion, on some of these, like the sequels to this, like Silent Night, Deadly Night, especially the one with Mickey Rooney, which he talked shit about the first one when it came out, and then he ends up being in part 5 as a toy maker.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think they just put that on there because that was something recognizable than trying to come out with a different, because it has nothing to do with the other ones. It doesn't even show like clips. It doesn't even mention characters. They just and you know that. I mean, you guys know better than I do. Like in that time, whenever something else would come out that was kind of similar, like, look, if you want to make money, we're gonna have to call it, Carnosaur 2 or what, so I'm just pulling shit out of the air, whatever, part 2 and 5 or whatever. So they would recoup that money they made, and they would, because people would be duped by it,
No, I agree with that. And movies were famous. I mean, they're still famous for doing it. It's like just putting a name on it and saying this is a sequel, but then when you watch it, it's like it has nothing to do with, like you said, part 5 has nothing to do with any of it.
No.
Yeah, I think in part 3 they mentioned like 1 and 2 a little bit here and there.
Yes,
but,
part 3, you're right.
Yeah,
they do.
But they definitely were trying to get away from that theme once they hit 4. Like I said, I've never seen 4 yet, but I did read the synopsis, and the synopsis has nothing to do with it. So
I went through and watched all of them, and this was like last year. I was just like, fuck it, I'll just watch all of them. And I'll tell you, I watched part 4. And I thought that was part 3 with Bill So I watched part 4, and there was nothing memorable about it. Bill Moseley was the memorable part of part 3 because he had that stupid bowl thing on his head, and you saw his brain. And then part 5, it had Mickey Rooney as a psycho toy maker. So I mean, part 4, I can't remember. I don't know. Like, there's nothing memorable,
there's nothing recognizable about 4.
Nothing.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I killed too many brain cells. But I do have, and this can be later. This is if y'all want to. I found another Christmas horror movie trailer, and this one's coming out this year, and it's actually coming to Apple TV. So I thought it was pretty neat. We can play it later.
No, I think I got all my thoughts there. Do you have any more thoughts on Silent Night, Deadly Night? Before we can do that, we can do a rating, and then we'll show that trailer.
Yeah. Like I said, I wanted to share it with y'all and see what y'all thought. Clint Howard. Thank you. Clint Howard was in part 4, but Clint Howard's in everything, Cody.
Yes.
I can't remember. Anyway,
so what did we have for ratings we'll call it out of a 10 on this one? Who wants to go first?
I'll probably give it about a 6.5.
That's good. Mr. Poe?
Oh. Silent Night, Deadly Night. I think I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go halfway on this one. I'm gonna go with a 5 on this one. I would go a little bit higher, but I don't know. It just, some of the stuff, like, it's funny, like it doesn't like make sense. Like you said, it goes to the toy store and they make him dress up as Santa, even though they know he starts freaking out around Christmas shit. You're gonna throw him in that. What do you think was gonna happen? But yeah, I'm gonna go with 5 on that one. Yeah,
I'm gonna be closer to Cyrus. I'm gonna go with a 6, and I probably would have gone higher, but you can see how it's kind of dated now a little bit, and I don't know. I think that we're gonna after we show the trailer, we're gonna talk a little bit about maybe what other holiday horror movies they can make, because they just released Thanksgiving, which was a fresher breath of fresh air, but has there ever been a holiday that hasn't been exploited by horror yet? That'll be my question. So you want to run that trailer?
Yeah. We'll run it. We'll run it right now. Share this. Yeah, I saw this last night. So I don't know. It'll be better than Santa Stein, what we showed on Backwoods Horror. That was so terrible. All right, let's go here. All right, this is Santa Isn't Real official trailer 2023.
You've been in a coma for almost a year. We were beginning to lose hope.
But I didn't do it to myself.
Merry Christmas, Nick. I was actually going to head up to MJ's cabin tomorrow. After everything that happened last year, it might be good to get out of town.
Why don't we all go to the cabin together?
We should get in the house. The snow's about to dump.
Well, are we going to be okay?
We have enough food and booze for
Yeah, it's always good to go to a cabin.
Well,
Gotta have booze.
you know, you can tell us what happened that night.
You probably won't believe me.
Oh, try me.
Somebody tried to kill me. It was Santa.
Santa Claus.
All right,
Guys,
where's the
Santa
Ouija
isn't
board?
real. And he doesn't wear a mask and go around killing people.
Tell everyone Santa is real.
We need help. Santa Claus is trying to kill us. As if a fat man in a silly red hat could decide whether we live or...
Oops.
Girl, go for the nuts.
Yeah.
They know
I mean, not bad, right?
No, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
all right.
surprised by it. Yeah, it was. There's so many other ones, but I mean that right there actually looks pretty decent.
Like I said, I was intrigued by that. I would definitely go see that.
Yeah,
Well,
you're right, though. They have to go to the cabin in the woods all the time.
Always.
Maybe they summon it with a Ouija board this time. I don't know what happened.
Wait. I think what happens is the power gets cut out somehow in the cabin, and they blame it on the weather. I just wrote the movie.
Let one person go down into the basement to look at
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
with a
Switch
flashlight.
on the power converter.
And if this was made in the 80s, there'd been a shower scene in there. But now, no.
Oh, we would have totally had some boobs.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Nope.
That's what's missing from horror movies. Say more boobs.
The gratuitous boob shot in the 80s.
But quickly on just a segue of boobs. One of the movies I saw at a theater was Jason Goes to Hell, and they start with the girl, the agent Marcus. You don't know she's an agent at the time, but the scene where she gets in, starts stripping to get in the tub, like literally the whole crowd was like, "Yeah, baby!"
That was so stupid, but it made no sense. She's a police officer and she's taking a shower in like a rusty old shack with clear water. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, so I was talking about holidays that haven't been exploited. Has there been
I can think
a
of
holiday
one.
that hasn't had a horror yet?
I can think of one. Arbor Day. Those trees are pissed. Oh yeah. You have the revenge. Maybe like a scene from Lord of the Rings. Those Ents come out. It's like, oh yeah, we're here.
Yeah, we can make a movie and use the song "Trees" by the Rush.
That'd be awesome.
There was trouble in the forest. There was trouble with the trees.
You know what I would love to see remade? Here's a great horror concept for you guys. Like, I love Home Alone, but you remember Macaulay Culkin when he was in that movie, The Good Son? He was evil as hell.
Yes.
I want to see that Macaulay Culkin at Home Alone.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that would be great.
like a
It'd be
Rambo type
50,
thing.
Yeah, 50 burglars try to get into the house. You know,
Oh yeah.
Goes around like trying to kill burglars everywhere. That'd have been awesome.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I should watch that movie again because that was a really good movie. The Good Son.
I have never, but at Home Alone, I've never seen such violence that was funny since the Three Stooges. I mean,
I know.
I think that should be deemed a Christmas horror. Home Alone.
I got something for Cyrus.
oh no, it's been done.
It is an Arbor Day horror movie made in
I stand
1990.
Well, there goes that theory.
I guess they're all covered, Rob. I don't know.
Yeah,
Where we go.
I mean, think about it. We've had Valentine movies. We've had New Year's Evil.
Yeah.
I'm vaguely just going through a list. Obviously, Halloween was exploited to death.
And then we had the Easter Bunny kick the shit out of people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's Easter horror movies. Yeah. And
what about Memorial Day? Was there a Memorial Day horror?
I don't know. Let's look.
Only Mr. Producer can find this out. But yeah, if anybody's in the chat or watches this on rerun, please comment if there's a movie that you know of, and you have to know that holiday hasn't been exploited yet.
Yeah, give us a title in a year of the movies if you have a movie suggestion. But
that's everybody's homework. That's all of our viewers' homeworks.
Yeah, we're gonna give y'all homework.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is. Here you go. Memorial Day horror movie, 1999.
What is this? A veteran that just goes on a rampage?
Let's see. I'll read it real quick. The night before Memorial Day, Tyra and Trevor are stabbed to death in their apartment by a cloaked figure in a black and white paper mache mask. The next day, Rachel, her cousin Leo, and 5 friends, I'm not going to name them all, head to Memorial Lake Campground for the first time since Rachel's adopted brother Danny accidentally drowned there 3 years ago. Okay, what do we? I don't. Are they avenging a stabbing or a drowning? I don't. But anyway,
there is nothing sacred in America anymore, man.
I guess not. Anyway, they set up the group, drink around a campfire, tell ghost stories through Seth, goes back to the cabins to watch television, and catches a news broadcast mentioning the murders of Tyra and Trevor, who were supposed to come along on the trip. Seth rushes back to the others, tells them about what happened, and it's a bloody trap launches it's just as a bloody trap launches a spear into Jeremy, killing him and scattering the group. So I guess it's just someone that lured him out there. Another cabin in the woods type thing.
Yep. Man, how many cabin in the woods kind of movies are there?
Dude, name one. I'll fucking. I'm surprised there's an Arbor Day. Like, what the?
Yeah, that was my last stand right there. With
like Arbor Day. I don't know. Anyway.
So this has been a train wreck.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the internet. Like, you've reached the very end.
Yeah.
You've seen it all.
I think we just lost all of our one viewer.
Oh, dude. Okay. Wikipedia is like, are you looking for horror movies that are based on holidays? So it gives me a list. Okay.
Let's start end of the show here. We're going to talk a little bit about the future of this show, since I announced that this is going to be the last, and I did say the last live. So this is the last time we're going to see a live version of Father Mahoney's House of Horrors. I will continue it back to what it started as just a one-man show. It was not produced, very raw, and a lot shorter. You're not going to have to hear me ramble for an hour and a half. Just if it's like, it'll be like 15, 20 minutes talking about different things in horror. And starting next month, the new show will debut, and it's going to be called Mahoney's Madhouse. It's going to be kind of like a mixed bag of everything. It's not going to be just based around movies. It's going to be based around anything in entertainment. We could talk about some wrestling. We could talk about some TV show. We could talk about sports. Like I said, it's a mixed bag. So I'm still flirting with the idea for the first show, but it's going to be coming in probably mid-January. I will give an official date on the Dognut Media Twitter or any one of my pages on YouTube. I do videos all the time. If you're on Mahoney Massacre, you can check out everything on that. So Mahoney's Madhouse coming soon. Coming soon once again to a theater near you. we might have Tammy Lynn Sitch interview at some point.
I'll call her up in prison. I tried to call her. I talked to her one time in prison, but she was so dirty, I got an ear infection.
He nearly went deaf.
But let's plug some of our buddies around the internet, starting with WYSP guys. And Mr. Big Tom and Dirty Gene, I call him.
Dirty Gene?
Yeah, I think they're actually live right now, if I remember.
He even shouted you out on their show. I got their show playing over here too.
Nice.
And they gave you a big shout out and said they, wish you luck on the new endeavor of the new show that you and Cyrus are going to be doing, where it's just going to be a plethora of stuff and y'all just, go and talk about whatever. But yeah, here's the WYSPDB. Listen live 24/7.
Yeah, listen to those guys. They're hilarious. And they were on 3 times a week. I can't remember. Is it Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday?
No, it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Oh, they used to be on. That's right. They were starting. Yeah, well, they used to be on Tuesday, Thursday. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and check them out. They usually are on about 8:00. They roughly run 2.5 to 3 hours. So check them out. Always entertaining. It's a laugh fest over there, and definitely get your BK burgers over there because they love their BK. BK, have it your way.
Curse them.
I know. Their unofficial sponsor is Burger King. And check out our guys at the Brew Crew. I believe I heard them say they got one more show in them this year. And it'll be next Sunday, correct? Is it 9:00 your time?
Yeah, 9 a.m. Central Sunday mornings. Join me, my buddy Paul C, and my other buddy Joey T. Sounds like we're like a little boy band group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, join us Sunday mornings.
The Brew Crew Boys.
The Brew Crew Boys. But yeah, we're gonna do our regular show. We talk about everything, current events and all that stuff, and our thoughts on different things and topics. And this one for December will be the last one in December, and it's our it'll have a little Christmas theme to it. So,
and definitely tune in tomorrow, because tomorrow is the last Jack transmission. I mean, that
of the year.
Of the year, and it's a wrap up. It's going to be a wrap-up show for all of our shows, so you might see a little bit of everything in there. The host from this show and a host from that show, or maybe all of us.
And whoever wants to pop in, if they got time, just come hang out and pop in. We're just going to cover everything, like from our little humble beginnings of this, this year, of all the great stuff we've done, and what we're looking forward to next year. And of course, some conspiracy talk or whatever. So it's gonna be it'll be a fun time. So yeah, definitely join us.
There'll probably be beer there.
Oh yeah,
If you're watching, it's BYOB because
yeah, we don't supply it.
Yeah,
I don't.
And
But they'll drink it if you supply.
and
As a matter of fact, there's going to be one of those fundraisers in the new year that if you want to provide the group with beer, you can actually go and make a donation on Go Fund Us, right? And that'll help keep the show going throughout the year.
Yeah, why not?
yeah.
Heck
Yeah, we might have we might have to have a Patreon just for beer.
Yeah, and the Beer Money Patreon. And I'll give a quick shout out to Toolkit McGee and Filthy Freddy and his girlfriend Frida Fondle. I know they're watching. No, I totally made that shit up. I have no idea who these guys. I just made that up. But I think Frida Fondle is a fine name for a young lady.
Well, no amount of beer that we can drink tomorrow will still equal what Sunny drank that night.
We can answer a question in the chat. Amy, she said, how much to shout out a small business advertising on a show? No, it's all we ask is, follow us on our, various, social medias, and we'll definitely plug your stuff.
Yeah.
So, just send us an advertisement. I'll make sure it gets in the studio, and we'll definitely go from there. But spread the word. Spread the word, and we'll get more subscribers, and you're good.
Spread the word of the gospel.
Put some free beer on that one, man.
The gospel that is Mahoney.
No, but thanks for watching. That's some folks are interested in maybe doing something like that. So help each other. Pay it forward.
Heck yeah.
Exactly. Pay it definitely forward. We also have the guys from the Backwoods Horror, and I know they just did their last show for the year until next year. And those guys, I love joining those guys whenever they have me on. It's always a fun time. Like two hillbillies who are now jealous of Sunny, how much she drinks. I'm gonna run that joke to the ground.
Oh yeah, dude.
They're not just jealous. I mean, they think they got the pictures of her on the wall when she's a fat ass.
Oh, okay.
They've got those pictures on the wall. They didn't get the hot ones. They're like, I like her now. The black eye and the missing tooth. That's the one they want. The shoveled hair. Looking on all fours, looking back like she's about to be plowed by a tractor. Yeah.
Yikes.
That's the one they got hanging on the basement wall. That's terrible.
And let's also plug our guys from the Near Do Wells, Mr. Aaron Poe and Mr. Tyree Lee.
You still have to plug me. I came up. Here's what I came up with. I came up with a link tree. So I'm going to just share the link tree. And then if you want to see anything, but yes, thank you for saying Near Do Well. I mean, that show is few and far between. Like, Tyree's busy and sometimes we can't get together, but when we do, it's like an impromptu thing. It's not planned. It's just like, here we are.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Mr. Robinson on that show?
That's the thing. It's like it's a spontaneous thing, and he's got to take care of his kids, and you can't do that to a guy. Like, hey, we're doing it now. So I'm focusing.
He does have the most talented daughters in the world, though.
Oh yeah, dude. So I'm. That's why Cody. Anybody on with us has a chair on that show. They can pop in anytime. It's just it's hard to, especially around this time, to really set days with my co-host on that, and that's my buddy, and that's our show. So you know what I mean. I just, we'll get it when we get it. So but yeah, Near Do Wells, check it out. We got everything's on. We got Rumble. We got everything on the Dognut Media Facebook group now. We got YouTube, TikTok, everything. So.
Yeah, and I just opened up a Mahoney Massacre Twitter group, Twitter page. So I'm gonna start posting on that. I gotta build it first because you know how hard it is to build a brand new Twitter.
Yeah.
So
you know what they say: if you build it, they will come.
Yeah. Yes, they will. Ironically, I just watched that movie for the first time.
Hey, Rob, it's not Twitter anymore. It's X.
Oh yeah, that's right. So you're saying Sunny would be perfect for that then?
Yeah.
Because it's X.
I heard she won Employee of the Month twice back in WWE days. She didn't even wrestle. How that happened? Some people work hard.
Yeah, I wonder if it was for deep throating.
Hold on. I'm just look. We'll just play it out. Here's Sunny asking for a raise. She's like, Mr. McMahon, can I have a raise? He's like, come on over here, Tammy. Get underneath this desk.
I think she probably started the Kiss My Ass Club.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, so Mahoney Massacre, we're going to talk a little, like I said, we're going to have some wrestling talk on that too. And I've actually been talking to, you guys can probably guess who I'm referring to, but I've talked to a former co-host of mine from another network about being on the wrestling talk shows, and he's up for it. So, yes, I just talked to him yesterday. He's all excited for it, and he's like, anytime you guys are talking wrestling, I'm there. So, but of course with his special start time, because he's a night owl, so we'll have to try to convince him to wake up a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Mr. Producer doesn't stay up that late.
Well, if I'm partying it up, so I don't know. We'll organize it. If it is a late show sometime, we just gotta organize it. It can't just be, hey, we're doing a wrestling show at like 1:00 your time. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's 7:00 that day, can't do it.
Yeah, I told him all about Cyrus. I was like, Cyrus is a big wrestling fan too, so he's all excited because this is stuff that he likes to do, not like what he's forced to do.
I think the new format, y'all are gonna just take off with it. I mean, I think it's gonna be great, and I think it gives people that follow both of you kind of like a little variety. Like you said, like we did the little retro show with Back to the Future, but you also get wrestling, music, whatever the hell y'all want to talk about. So I think that's gonna be fun. I think that's a cool idea.
Yeah, and I like the format of keeping it like a lot shorter. I find like anything over 3 hours, I find like you're struggling. Like when you did the Brew Crew, I remember like at the very end, you're like, wow, we're pushing 3 hours, and Paul was like, "Do you have anything else?" And he's like, "You're like, no." You basically start running out of things to think of because you go with them with a certain format, you go in with the topics that you want, and then you're like, okay, we can piggyback off of this and do something else. But then like if it comes to the point where you just run out of ideas, it's like,
I know, dude. It's hard, but yeah, I love doing the shows. I love producing these shows. I have fun, even though I'm in the background sometimes and I interject every once in a while. But and also Cyrus, I mean, you're going to start doing your show video version of the Gonzo Chronicles as well.
Yeah, so let me know when you're ready to get together and kind of get that thrown together, and
you throw me
start the new year, and we'll have a little fun with it.
Hell yeah, dude! You throw me a day, and we'll get it together, and we'll just kind of go from there.
Show up.
Yes, sir.
A couple more plugs. Mr. Grandpa, the nerd. I just got finished listening to his latest playlist with Kiss music from The Elder, and a lot of people don't know I'm a huge fan of that album. It's considered Kiss's worst album. I don't agree with that. I find that very entertaining. I like the concept aspect of it. I think there's some bangers in there. It's not your typical Kiss album. And anyone who's on my channel, by the way, speaking of Kiss, I did my review on their final performance, and I was kind of highly critical of some of the things. So if you're on my Mahoney Massacre YouTube channel, go under videos and search for final thoughts on Kiss's shows, because anyone who knows me, I'm a huge Kiss fan, but the final show wasn't what I was expecting. So that's all I'll say on that. And also, I think Paul King Curtis has a show coming out, correct?
Who?
Your friend Paul?
Yeah, he does. He's getting stuff together, but yeah, it'll be next year when he has a solo show that he's gonna do. It's kind of like a type thing. So,
guys, follow all of our shows on Dognut Media. You can go to the Twitter page, and Mr. Poe will update all the stuff that's going on with us. And we really have appreciated you. I have been doing the Father Mahoney show for 8 years now. And it's like I said, it's not the end. It's just the beginning. So thank you again for watching. The next show on our network will be the Brew Crew Sunday. And I think we'll be, tomorrow, and then Sunday with the Brew Crew. And then I think all of our shows are done until 2024.
Yeah. Till the new year. Yes, sir. Get ready.
Guys, have a safe holiday. Please, like Mr. Poe said yesterday, please don't drink and drive. Be safe. Have a get together. Enjoy your family because we only get one life, guys. So, You guys have anything else for our listeners?
Now, if anybody wants to do me a solid, it's Christmas, and you want to buy a book for a family member or friend. Look me up on Amazon. Might I suggest A Man Called Douche, spelled Doosh, for you wrestling fans. You'll trust me, you'll laugh your ass off. So do me a solid, and I'll still be recording a couple of podcasts on the old laptop between now and the end of the year. Ate a lot of lasagna, and I got really bad gas, so I sort of want to talk a little bit about that. We'll work our way through that like therapy, and just have some fun through the holidays.
Awesome.
And Mr. Poe, you have any last words?
No last words, but get ready, and we'll see y'all tomorrow, and then Sunday, and then after that we'll see you in the next year.
But I do have one last request before Father Mahoney signs off.
Oh no!
I need to hear Henry Rollins one more time. Yep, exactly. We're all liars. So on that note, much love, everybody, and thank you for watching Father Mahoney's House of Horrors. I love you guys.